Welcome back to another Pancho Things. October is here, duck season is opening in a few weeks. So we're gonna go over, I'm gonna start with, I got tons of stuff to show and I'm gonna be doing a little review of what I used last year, plus what I'm adding this year. Let's get started. Alright, so let's get the bulky things out of the way first so we can start opening some room here because I gotta move stuff everywhere. So the first thing is, what do I use to move everything around in the field is this little trusty big concrete tub. Got it on Home Depot, I think it was like 17 bucks or something like that. Drill a couple of holes and just put a rope. You kind of have to work with whatever you have, and this is gonna have to do the trick. So pretty much I dump all my decoys and the shotgun and one of the bags in there, my tub, and drag this thing around wherever I'm going. Do now I double pretty much everything that I used last year, so it's gonna be a so, but that's what we got so far, so we gotta make it work. So I gotta get that out of the way. So for this year, let's start with this. Okay, so first thing comes first, you need to have all your stuff. Duck stamp, federal duck stamp is a requirement. I'm on your hunting license, and in California, I don't know in other states, but in California you are actually required to have a, or at least for the areas that I go hunting, to have type A wildlife season pass. So license and your wildlife season pass are super important. Don't be caught out there with no licensing, guys, because it's gonna put an end to a lot of things for you, and it's just legal matters that you don't want to deal with. So have it with you at all times. So let's keep moving. So in this bag, normally, for all of you guys that know duck hunting, you kind of can guess already what this is for. So last year was my first hunting season, so I decided to get a Mojo, and I decided to go with a mini Mallard. This thing is pretty sweet. It has magnetic wings that will attach to it, and super cool about Mojo is that if anything get to happen to your wings, you can actually buy them separately in case they break, or you mash them, put them in the back, or whatever the case might be. So this whole pipes here is going to be the mounting, so you can get it above water. Really sturdy. This one doesn't have the receiver for the remote, but it's something that I'm actually thinking that in the future I will definitely use that. But really nice, really sturdy. I like it. Think it does the job. As soon as I get some disposable income, I'm hoping in getting a couple more of these. Since I'm here, let's go for it and let's talk about ammo really quickly. So, and this is what I work with. I do like the cans Faststeels. These things with the shotgun pattern, really nice. A little bit more pricey. Can't remember exactly top of the head the price. I'm gonna link all the products that I'm showing you guys. I'm gonna link it down below, so if you want to take a look, you can go and see what the prices are. Top of the head, can't remember. I don't know if in all states this is a requirement, but at least here and many other states that I know, you are required to shoot steel. So normally my preference is 2 3/4 or 3s, preferably 3s if I can find them. And I do number 3s, 12 gauge. That's pretty much what I feel comfortable with, and I like it. These are 2 3/4. I know that I have probably like 13 boxes of 3 inches, number 3s, 12 gauge cans of Faststeel. super nice loads. They do the job quite well and they put those birds down quickly. That's good. I also use, I think I got a box here too. Yeah, I use 3 length 12 gauge BBs for geese. Last year I was able to put 2 of them down. They were qualified out and they thing worked like a champ. It was a Canon. Those things just smashed the water. I thought actually that would probably not have any meat to consume because those things just got mushed. So that is my preference. I know that there's tons of other brands out there. This is what I have tried so far and I liked. In California you cannot buy ammo online. It's only in the store, and then you get background check even to buy shells for hunting. That's right, you get a background check. So law is the law. So Kens it is for right now. This is what has been working the best. If you have any suggestions of any ammo that I should try probably off season and try to pattern the shotgun with, shoot me a message down below and we can try to make it happen. That worked for me phenomenal last year, so if it ain't broken, don't fix it. Just keep in mind also where I normally go hunting is a wildlife management area. You're only allowed to have a box of 25 shells with you within your person at any time. If you consume your 25 shells, then you gotta go to your vehicle, get another box, but you cannot have more than 25 at a time. So I normally keep this back because it's easier for me. Instead of getting like in the car and start checking stuff out, I just go grab the bag and I know I got extra boxes in there and it's good to go. I'm going kind of like a little bit over the place because I had some stuff in my dog hunting bag and I just took it out just so I can do this. Some flushable everyday clean wipes in case that you need to or use the restroom or you need to clean your hands or whatever the case might be. These things come always handy. As for my seating, my crazy bucket, you guys saw it last year. It worked like a champ. This lid is waterproof, so you don't get any water in case that this falls out of your little sled, or if you stand up really quickly and you happen to fall in the water in the marsh, you don't get the stuff wet. Normally I have a little portable seat cushion in there. There's dust everywhere with this thing. Got a second one. Normally I only take one and then I use the bucket to put my cell phone and all the stuff that I think is the valuables. That way I know that it's going to be safe. And in case that it starts raining, whatever case might be, I know that at least water is it's not gonna get in there, and that would be the whew, Jesus. So yeah, I'm glad I don't suffer with allergies. This thing will kill somebody. Whole year taking dust in there. But decoys, this year I'm adding a couple of new things. So let's start with the Mojos. I got 2 of them. I got a couple of Ripplers. I bought up Ripplers. Super nice. I already tested them. I took the batteries out because I got this a while ago and I didn't want those batteries to sit in there. So what it is a Rippler. So this just have a mechanical system inside that operates with batteries, and it's waterproof and it seals with a gasket in there. Let's see if I can show you. So pretty much you got that magnet. When you turn on the battery, that magnet starts working a circular motion, and what it does is that creates this rippling effect in the water. So you don't have the water so stagnant and you can have more realistic movement on your decoys. So I'm going to test them this year. I've seen a couple of reviews. Some people say that they get a little bit of water inside. Some people said the batteries don't last long. I cannot testify to either of the two because I haven't tested them yet, but we're going to put them to a ringer this year and see what's coming on. As so far, it's okay. It's solid plastic and the paint job is alright. It's not the greatest. Now I don't know if you actually want some paints that is so shiny that it's gonna look somewhat unrealistic. I don't know yet. As once again, I'm gonna find out when I get to the field and dump them there in the water and see what it does. But at least I'm gonna have movement in between these two, and having the Mojo, at least I have some movement. And if this doesn't work or it doesn't give me as much motion, then for next year I will go with different route and just add more stuff to the spread. And at the end of the game, duck hunting, you are always adding new stuff and trying different things, so that's part of the game, and that's super interesting. Try new products and see what works best for the areas that you hunt and the way that you hunt. Everybody hunts a little bit differently, but there it is. We got 2 of those, so hopefully that's gonna give us enough movement, and it's approved by the duck commander. So what else can you ask, man? You got the bearded man saying yes to it, so I guess we'll see. Decoys. So let's talk about what I used last year versus what I'm adding this year. And let's see what we get there. So last year I'd use a dozen of the green headgear. This is the harvest pack. Really nice. I actually do like these guys. Logically, I didn't have nothing to compare last year, but this year we will have something to compare. And as what can I say about these decoys? First of all, I didn't shoot them, which was amazing. I was expecting to have holes everywhere, but that didn't happen. So that's a plus. They hold really well, no leaking. I didn't see anything water dripping everywhere. It comes with 3 different head position. I think that it has resting, alert, and feeding on that harvest pack, and it was half a dozen per pack. So I bought 2 of them. The paint looks really nice. One of the things that I like about the paint is when the sun hits them, it's not super bright and doesn't shine too much, so it looks really realistic. The paint, after being exposed in the sun, they hold really well. There you go, you got a hand, really nice color palette. The details though is where you get on these guys. Like the carving, the way that the paint is detailed inside of the carving is super cool, super realistic. I like these guys a lot. Same with the Drake. The Drake, really nice details. The painting, the shading, all the little concave areas inside of the decoys, it just looks phenomenal, and the paint job is really nice. So that's what I used last year, and they were just fine. This year we're gonna be adding something else. I decided to go with something else that was pretty close to the budget that I paid last year, and I've got quite a few different things in here. So let's start with this, because I can kind of like show you what I think and what my opinion is on the difference between this and what I just showed you, the green headgear. As I said, I haven't put these in the water yet. Well, I did, but just to test them, but I haven't hunted with this yet because the season is about to start. It's not even. We are going with the Avian X's. I can't remember what was the name of this series, but it's the Avian X. I bought 6 of them. Out of the get-go, logically, this hasn't been put in the sun, and they haven't been exposed. But one thing that I noticed is the paint is a little bit more shiny. Now, the details on the eyes of these decoys are better than the details on the green headgear, but to me particularly, I cannot speak for everybody else, and I'm not bashing any brands or anything. I'm just trying to do my humble opinion. But when it comes to the details, these guys are not as detailed as the green headgear. Now, I cannot say that that's a good thing or a bad thing, because I'm not a bird and I cannot see them from above. But to what I can imagine, the colors are a little bit too shiny. And I don't know how that's going to play it off as soon as the sun hits them and the birds can actually see them from above. Other than that, they feels like they're really good quality. I'm going to be using the same Lifetime Decoy Texas rigs. Brown cable, these are the 4 ounces, and I think on those I'm using the 7 or 8 ounces. I got 6 of those that we're going to be adding to the spread this year, on top of the 2 ripplers. And I also 6 blue winged-teal. Last year there was a teal flying around, so this is going to give me the opportunity to have something closer to the species so they can feel a little more comfortable and probably take a look and give me hopefully better chances this year. So 2 dozen decoys, plus the mini Mallard, plus the 2 ripplers. That is going to be as for the decoys and what I'm going to be working and what my opinion was on the green headgear. Since it's really hot, let's talk about the duck calls. So last year it was the first year, so I had this echo call that came with a CD that kind of like gave you a little guide on how to learn how to blow the call. So I'm not good at it whatsoever, but it was a good starting point. And this thing was like $19, and yeah, it's not the greatest. It's not the best call, but it got me to actually figure out a little bit how to operate these things. So after that, I came across a duck commander, the Jase Pro acrylic, and I got this guy now. I had an issue with this last year on one of the hunts. Actually, one of the hunts, no, in 2 of the hunts, and it could be a problem in the way that I'm blowing the call. But this guy got extremely humid inside, and halfway through the hunts it will stick. It's a 2-reed call, just like the eco call. I'm gonna go take one down. All right. So it held so much humidity inside that the reeds will stick, and we're talking that it wasn't a matter of an hour. In a matter of an hour, the coal was sticking. So I don't know if it's a flaw on the design or if it's a flaw on me not blowing the coal properly, which is a huge percentage that could be the case. I like the sound. So you got a really raspy sound, and it's way louder than the eco call. Since that happened last year, I decided to go and try something different. I went left field. Now this is about like $39, $49. If I'm not mistaken, this was like $19. Now I went to the other stream, and this one was like $100 and something. But this is the D.C Mondo. This is from R&T Calls, and now this guy, so far I haven't hunted with it. This is gonna be logically the first season with it, and this guy is super low end sounding. 1 reed, but it's loud. Super sweet. Super loud. Probably the neighbors are probably really happy with me right now. So that's what I had for that. Finisher, the old trusty finisher, D-Theme, helped me a lot, and he actually used it this year also for the dove season, and it was phenomenal. It helped me take care of some of the crippled ducks. Pretty much what this does is that it helps you put your crippled birds out humanely. It's something to always come around. You can always wring their necks, but you know that sometimes that doesn't do the trick fully. This guy will. So I decided to go with that, and so far I've been using it more than once, and not only with ducks, but I had to use it with dove, and it was super nice. As for goose calls, the only thing that I got was the Primos, the honky tonk. Super loud. I'm still not good with this, and I'm still learning, trying to figure the thing out, so I'm not even going to embarrass myself blowing this in the camera. So, but this is what I got. Can't remember the price on this guy, but it kind of does the job. Last year there was a roost of snow geese that came flying above me, and I was able to keep them interested for a second, long enough to have a decent shot. They weren't locked into a spread or nothing like that. It was a by shot. And I got the Duck Commander 6-in-1, and well, I got there my little Duff band that I collected in the opener this year. So that's as for my lanyard. This normally is inside of my duck blind bag, but I have it out because I've been practicing trying to get those things going on. Alright, so let's move on to my duck blind bag. And here we go. So now this blind bag, this one is the Heters. This came in a bundle. It was this hand warmer and a thermos. And I think it was around 40 bucks when I got it. So far so good. I only have one season on, so there's not much. It's not waterproof. It's kind of started to rip a little bit in one of the corners. It's a cheap bag. Right now I have here flashlights, choke tubes, knife. Right now I have a couple of boxes of shells in there, but the day of the hunt there's going to be only one. I do have a bucket that is supposedly waterproof, and in here I have my, I'm going to put here my license, my duck stamp. I have a waterfowl identification book. So that is for the main compartments. Let's see what else we have. Hand saw, super important. If you need to, this is the red head hand saw. If you need to brush your blind or blush your certain things that you might need to cover a little bit and get it out of the side, comes really handy. Last year I used a bandana around the face. This year I'm going with one of those SA fishing face shields. I'm going to be going with this year. I'm going to give it a try. Do have a couple of pairs of gloves, neck waders. It doesn't get super cold here. I normally use the gloves just early morning. Paracord string, multiple knives. Got my bug spray. See on these other little containers. So I got binoculars. I got a game carrier that came also with the bag. I got zip ties everywhere of different sizes and colors. They come pretty handy if you need to gym break something really quickly. That's about it. As for the waders, as I said, the Tidewe waders. Now, last year was my first year. I never have worn waders before, and it was a complete learning experience. It takes a minute to get used to it. If I can give an advice to, if you decide to try, give it a try to the Tidewe waders. In the website it says to go one size down. I will say size and a half to 2 size will be more accurate. I'm 10.5, I bought 9s, and they still feel a little big. So just keep that in mind. Super thick. I did got had quite a few times on these guys, but once again I'm here in Southern California, and it is to expect that it's going to be a little warm. So overall, really nice. I didn't have any issues with leaking. Things got trapped into the rails on my garage door. Garage door was open while they were drying and hanging in the garage door, and it got mingled in between the rails. And even that it got mingled in one of the corners, not even on the reinforced part of the knees or anything like that, it was actually in one of the soft corners. No leaks, no problems. Comes with the straps. Now these straps, if I have a suggestion to Tidewe, I will make these straps a little bit more comfortable. After a while, they can start cutting into your skin. Other than that, super heavy duty. These things are nice. After all, super. I think that these guys were $100, if I'm not mistaken. I've been thinking on giving a try to the breathables. For the Tidewe waders, I might review my humble opinion. They're really nice. They're really well built, and I put them through a ringer last year, and they actually survived even on accidental situations. So nobody said it had to be super comfortable anyway. Let's see what else. Last but not least, this is a pair of underpants. This is the reason why I didn't pass out inside of those waders, is because this is, instead of wearing full pants, I had only these little underpants. It's really thin material. It's almost like stretch pants. So I put these these underpants, t-shirt on, waders, and send it. So I got these ones in Cabela, I think, and they do the job really well. So the trusty Supernova Benelli, super nice. Put the gun through a ringer last season. The dove hunting last year. I did the duck hunting last year, and I did so far this year the duck hunting. And super nice. The paint, which is expected, the paint has wear off in the areas that you have most contact. And other than that, this thing works like a champ. As for my choke tubes, Cremator, these are the non-ported. Cremators are using the long range one. That's pretty much what I'm rocking as the shotgun. Pump action, simple, two in the tube, one in the chamber, plugged for only 3 shells in order to keep it legal. This shotgun is actually really comfortable, and the more that I use it, the more I'm getting used to it. That's where we are right now. So the season is about to begin, and I think that we are 2 weeks out. And expect some duck hunting coming at you. There's gonna be quite a lot. Hopefully you guys like it. If you like this video, just like and subscribe. Down below I'm gonna link as much as I can of all the information of what I have here and where I acquire it, and so you can see the pricing and a little bit more detailed information on what it is. But that's all what I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your support, and I will see you in the next one. Pancho out.